Let's do it. I want everyone to get the full experience. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited that you are here and that you've prioritized your day, your time to be here. I am your host, Tara Grace, along with Angelique Renee.
Hello, everyone.
I am not Casper the Ghost. I am
the
Tara
reflection
Grace.
off the lake.
This is real light, too. This is not fake light. I'm still having the issues.
If only the light would just like obey and do what you wanted to do. I mean,
goodness. It's like that specific time of day, but I'm going to have someone come in and put some like nice curtains, like kind of like a see-through fabric curtain. So that way I can still have the brightness, just not, you know, because the reason why it's like this is because I live on a lake. And the reflection at this time of day is so bright. It's like not just sun, it's sun on top of lake and reflection. So that's why. Hi, Olivia. How are you feeling, love? It's so good to see you here. I'm so happy to see you. Oh my gosh, we are so excited. We are elated because the energy that we are co-creating together is just beautiful. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. I love you, I bless you, and I'm honored to co-create with you. I mean that, I really do. We have a powerful network of women. Welcome to all of you that are watching the replay that couldn't catch it live. I know many of you have messaged me and said that you are prioritizing this and you will make sure that you watch it. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you have any questions, make sure that you post them in our Facebook team group, Quantum Revolutionaires, okay? That way we can keep the messenger nice and clean, because that is all for our marketing. It's all for our marketing. So as you may have seen, we are, hi Diane, welcome. As you may have seen, we are leading a really powerful virtual summit this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA, every day. We pick that time so our New Zealanders can be with us. And we really want to bring in New Zealand, all of New Zealand. Nina created a powerful soul goal of 20. Her intention is to manifest and bring on 20 New Zealand practitioners. And I thought that was such a beautiful, soul-aligned intention. So I really invite everyone to get clear on what is your soul-aligned intention of whom you wish to bring into this powerful network and community and share the gift of Healy that keeps on giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving until all of a sudden you have the Healy effect. It's a real thing. You'll hear us talking about it. It's contagious. The community is so high vibrational. Yeah, I'm going to be going to Bali soon. My intention is to go to Bali. And yeah, so maybe Nina, we could connect. Like maybe you can meet me in Bali, or maybe I'll come over to New Zealand and we can host an amazing in-person event. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. And so I really want to invite you today to get really clear on who are your front-line leaders. We are co-facilitating and co-creating I want you to get clear, who do you wish to bring into this sacred circle, into this sacred network, into this beautiful community of leaders who have incredible giftings. I mean, we have powerful, powerful people on our team. All of you are beautiful leaders in your own right. You're all gifted. You're called to make an amazing impact on this world. And honestly, there's no one else I'd rather link arms and shields and hearts with than you. So thank you. I'm so grateful we all said yes in the quantum field before we manifested each other in real life. How awesome is that? And yeah, so today's training is going to be very to the point. We're not going to waste your time. We're going to give you everything that you need so we can get in and get out and powerfully show up as the inspirations that we are to the planet. This training is going to be in 2 parts. I'm going to be your inspire, your empower, your coach, your motivator, and really just support you on the leadership aspect and the leadership aspect and the sharing, right? And then we're going to shift gears, and Angelique is going to take over for part 2, and she's actually going to be walking through step by step on how to actually sign someone up. So if you don't need that, you can skip it, but if you would like that actual real live help, she's going to help us with that. And she's also, what she's also going to be able to give us that you're not going to find in any kind of Healy training is all the kind of glitches and texts and just things to be mindful of, because the reality is, hi Leslie, welcome. The reality is that, you know, Healy is building an entirely new infrastructure. So one of the things that's really important is to pre-frame people when you're onboarding them. And I do want to make mention that before we even get to that segment, if you have any issues, questions, stuckness, we are here to support you, okay? We are here to support you. That's what we're here for. And so we will be by your side. Yeah, so I just want to make sure that you feel fully supported. And I want to say, you make sure that you get everything that you came here for. Each one of us is responsible to receive and get what we need. So if you don't have what you need, ask for it. If you don't have an answer for something, ask for it. So when you ask, you receive. So make sure you get everything that you need, right? That successful people get what they need. We go after what we need. We don't, yeah, that's what we do, right? So what else is there? Is there any other logistics? Yes. And then if you have any questions for each segment, then I'm going to ask that you save them to the end of each segment, so that way we can get through our content quickly. And Leslie, hi honey, I'm so glad you're here. Can you turn your video off just so that we're not so distracted? Thanks, love. Awesome, I appreciate that. Okay, so we're on speaker view, right, Angelique?
Yes, we are. And we just need to make sure everyone is muted as well, so there's no background noise.
Okay, great. So perfect. So everybody mute and everybody video off. If you're moving around, take your video off. So there's a way for you to look at your phone or your device and just press video off, I think. I'm sure there's a way. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, just save them for the end. And the other thing, the other priority we're going to do is we're going to group everyone together so that we can feature everyone. And what I visualize, well, before I do that, before I know I've already brought the energy in, let's just go ahead and just take 3 deep breaths together so we can just ground ourselves, because I'm about to bring a lot of light and information to you, and I just want to make sure we're all grounded, okay? Here we go. Let's take a deep, expansive breath into our nose. Hold in our heart, activate your third eye. Exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. Drop deeper into your body, ladies. Drop into your sacral chakra, your root chakra, okay? Allow yourself to feel fully supported by the earth. Take another deep, expansive breath in through your nose. Hold. Exhale. Maybe shake your shoulders a little bit. Move that stagnant energy. Maybe move your, maybe your neck is cracking like mine. And let's do a final inhale through the nose together. Here we go. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Activate your third eye. And exhale deeply. Beautiful. So I just call in sacred space. I call in our angels, our archangels, our guides, our guardians, our ascended masters, our master teachers, our wisdom and record keepers. and the benevolent beings of light who absolutely loves us unconditionally. And we ask for that invocation and blessing for everything that we do, that energy supports us in the co-creation that we are having. I have created my entire life and businesses from this space, and I could never imagine doing it alone. And what's beautiful is we have each other and we have all this amazing divine support. This is going to be so magical and so beautiful. And I ask that God in spirit and the benevolent universe bless our efforts and our endeavors as we rise together, as we support one another in love. Amen. So let it be so. Aho. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So this is a virtual summit that is a 3-day experience at 4 p.m. I would go ahead and mark out at least 90 minutes for each session, okay? And then, so each day is gonna be themes, and we're gonna group everyone in themes. So those of you that are watching the replay, please share with me which theme you really want to be on. I don't mind if everybody, I would love it if everybody can prioritize in making every single session and be there and contribute the energy to the group. If you absolutely have a standing appointment that you cannot move, I totally understand and respect that. But if you can move it, please do. It'll be worth it. So each day is themes, and you want to be there in the room for the people that you've invited, okay? And I want them to see your face. I want them to feel your energy, your love, and support. I also want to make mention that if you want to build a high frequency and profitable business with this model, you must become the client and member that you wish to attract. I'm going to say that again. You must become the client or member that you wish to attract, which you are, because you're here, you're ready. You are ready, you're showing up, you know, and really to the degree in which you show up, you really set the tone for your team. And trust me, people notice when you're not here, or you know what I mean? Especially when you start bringing people in. But no matter who invited you or how you came here, trust the fact that you're here and give yourself permission to be 1,000% energetically committed to the yes that you gave yourself, not anyone else, but yourself. When you said yes to you. You said yes to healing. You said yes to empowerment, and that's powerful. So make sure your energy is 1,000% committed to your yes and your vision and what you wish to create, no matter who's doing what or whether they're here or they're not here, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you're here. What matters is that your yes is so energetically aligned, and that yes is the frequency that is going to magnetize the people, places, and opportunities to you. And that's the energetic alignment required for success. How cool is that? So make sure that our energetic vortexes is just completely in alignment. And yeah, this, you know, it's not what we're doing, it's the energy in which we're doing it. And this entire frequency healing therapy technology device and business is about energy. Welcome, Anita. This is all about energy, and everything that we do, anything that we do, the energy in which we do it infuses what we do with the being that we are. And just imagine the kind of impact we're going to have because of these high vibrational souls that are here, and we're putting so much love and so much divine intention and so much beauty into it. Like, oh my gosh, it's going to be like the most magical vortex ever. And it's not the device that is the only thing. Hi, Anita, if you wouldn't mind muting yourself just so we can keep the lines nice and clean. Thank you. it's not just the device. We're not here on this planet to sell gadgets and gizmos. Come on. We're not here to sell just product. We are all practitioners in our own right. And we are using this beautiful technology to facilitate transformation. And I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that you are here because you are a practitioner that has a revolutionary tool and technology that can support this planet in their healing and in their evolution. So we're not just here to sell devices, you know what I mean? We're here to get as many devices into the hands and the hearts of others, and we're going to be guiding them through how to use it. We're going to be guiding them through what's going to come up for them when the emotions start rising to the surface of their hearts, when they start having emotional releases, when the stagnant energy that's been stuck starts to come out. We have to be there to hold sacred space for them, to support them, to let them know that it's okay. Yeah, like that's part of our job too. How cool is that? And we, as a global frequency healing network, are able to contribute our unique zone of genius to the whole collective, okay? To the whole collective and to our community, which is beautiful, which is beautiful. Now, I want you to get very clear on who you wish to magnetize and attract into this beautiful, amazing community. I highly suggest that as you build this, that you build with laying a very strong foundation of leaders first. We are in a startup company. There is no differentiation yet between customers and builders. So you can remove that from your psychology altogether. Yay! There's no either this or that. Yay! I'm so excited about that. Everybody is a member. Everybody receives not only this life transforming technology, but it will be apparent when we go live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that what they have access to is a powerful network of healers and coaches and therapists, yes, and beauty and wellness practitioners. And that is priceless. How many of you know the power of your network? The power of your network. And so what we want to choose to do is expose our network to and invite our network to this global frequency healing network that we feel that are leaders. And leaders will automatically raise their hand. I'm already receiving messages through Facebook Messenger, through the stories. Hey, could you tell me more about this frequency healing therapy thing that you're doing? Like, I'm so intrigued. Of course. Here's all the information. And all I'm doing is simply voice message. And please, when you're doing voice messages, your energy, check your energy before you do a voice message. Are you low? I can feel it. I love voice messages, and the reason why I love voice messages is I can tune in like that and find out exactly where someone is in terms of their energetic state of being. And so can everyone else feel. Everyone can feel your energy. You can feel the energy that I am embodying and that I am sending out to each and every one of you right now. Now, it would be totally different. Okay, here's where we're going to go. Like, eek. No. Make sure your energy is nice and clear. Bring joy into your conversations. Bring excitement. People love joy. And how many of you know that right now we need a lot of joy on this planet? How many of you know that right now is the perfect divine timing for this revolutionary healing technology. There has never been a better time than now, because we need this. Notice I didn't say they need it. I said we need it. We need this more than ever before. And the reason why we want to build with leaders first is because we want to build a strong foundation that when Healy starts differentiating customers and business builders, and they start charging people some sort of minimum fee, right, to actually have a business like every other business model. And when they start requiring monthly subscriptions, you know what I mean, then we will have the most amazing leadership team in place to go out there and get the customers, but we'll have our leadership in place. Now, that doesn't mean if you know for sure someone, you know, would be a great customer. There are people who have said to me, you know, Tara, I have a wedding that I'm planning. I am running my own business and I just don't know if I'll have time for this. And those are the same people that have who is telling their chiropractor and their holistic doctor about this, because it's the Healy effect. It's because if you're here, it's because you are in some way vibrationally attuned and in alignment with the vision of this quantum healing movement. Not just the device, but where the vision of where we're going. If you said yes to being a light leader, a healer, a change maker, a coach, a therapist, a way shower, then this is going to be energetically in resonance for you. It's hard for it not to. So I really invite you to so here's the thing. Number one, magnetism. Magnetism is what, oh my gosh, a beautiful bird just landed right here in front of my face. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful omen. We're in very good company, Goddess, and God just gave us some little winks. We're on the right track. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you're so cute. Okay, so magnetism, ladies. So use your product. Use your product every day. Okay, and share about how it is supporting you, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, beauty, hormones, whatever it is. You can share that in your stories. Feel free to take a look at my stories for any kind of inspiration. Notice I never, ever share the name. And I mean never share the name. Unless someone is asking me for information, I am not sharing the name. I am not spamming anyone, videos of Healy, okay? I am building heart-centered relationships and connections. So if someone loves your stories, message them back. Hey, thanks for the love on my story. How are you? How's Hawaii? How's the kids? I will always priority relationships and connections first above anything else. That's how I do business. That's how I've generated over $1 million in revenue. That's how I've supported women all over the world in 14 countries and counting, generate multi-six, and even 7 figures in revenue, because it's heart-centered first. So keep that in mind. Now, for those that you have relationships with, hand invite them, like you know for sure who you want as your leadership team. You already know it. Your knower knows. Your intuitive insight and wisdom already knows. So trust that. Write it down. And then that's what I did. I wrote it down on a whiteboard. I have it in my phone when I'm on the go. I have it, you know, on my desk. I write down, and this is totally different than write a list and go out there and get it. That's very masculine mental. I am in touch with my intuition, and I am an open channel to receive inspiration from spirit, and I trust when spirit gives me people's names. And I write them down, and I send love to them, and maybe I might say a prayer to them and say, I send, yeah, like, thank you. Oh, wow. Like, yeah, I really feel she would really resonate with that. That's when I'm like going through the dialogue. I send love and light, and I already go before in the quantum field. And, you know, I lift this up for the highest good of all. And then I will take inspired action through relationship first. Hey, you came up in my heart today, and it's true. It's not a sales tactic because I'm open to receiving. So I really invite you to take time in your meditation or whatever and just ask. And I can lead us, all of us that are watching now and the replay, through a very simple prayer, and we can do it right now. Dear God, universe, and benevolent beings of light, show us who are the light leaders that are meant to be walking alongside of us and be by our sides. Show us, give us insight, give us wisdom, give us direction, and we call in those from the north, east, south, and west all over the world, those that hear the clarion call, those that are energetically aligned to and soul contracted to work with us on this beautiful journey of healing. Bring them to us, and we dedicate our relationship in this entire movement in service to love's purpose. And so it is, and you trust that guidance. And what's beautiful about this is that you bring that kind of light into your conversations, and people feel that light. People resonate with that light. There's joy in that light. Goodness gracious, I am just, holy moly. Okay. I'm no longer Casper the ghost. I'm now the red ghost. I'm now the red ghost. So make sure that you are weaving in this beautiful light that you already are. It's interesting to see how many people disassociate this beautiful practice when it comes to business, when it comes to money, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to success. And so we bring that into what we're doing. We don't separate it. We don't go all in masculine mode. We infuse ourselves with that feminine energy, and we take inspired action from that place, and people feel that kind of joy. And so heart-centered connection first. You came up on my heart today. Hi, Diane. Please mute yourself. Thank you for being here. So make sure that you are bringing heart-centered connection first. By the way, for coming in late, I highly recommend that you watch this from the beginning, or you're going to miss a lot of the energetics here. So again, we're talking about right now heart-centered enrollment conversations and inviting in a feminine way, and the energetics behind that, and what creates amazing success from that space and place. And so, you know, over $20,000 in product sales was done before any one of us had a device. So that speaks volumes in terms of how we've done that, and the device itself, and you know, the technology and the amazing product that we have. That really is a category one. There's nothing in the world like this. So I will use Rebecca as an example. I know that I had the intuitive hit to reach out to Rebecca because it was very plain and clear. And I knew Rebecca trusted me as an advisor. I knew she trusted me as a leader and as a friend. And so when I reached out to Rebecca, it was simply, hey, love, like, you just came into my heart. What's going on? We haven't spoken in a while. Like, how are things going? I know things have been crazy. Like, what's been going on? Like, let's catch up. Let's set up a call. I'd love to hear how life and work and family is going for you. And I'd love to catch you up on some really powerful things that are happening in my life and work, and how you came up in my heart, and how I'd love to explore if there might be some synergy here. So there's nothing salesy about it. It is pure love and pure intention and pure service and pure curiosity. So I know that our main objective is to get people into this group, but obviously if this is coming through, there's a reason for that, and it is to bring mastery to you in the area of high level enrollment conversations that feels more like service than sales. So what I'm doing is weaving in my skills that I've been teaching for over a decade, because I've been supporting women on becoming premium transformational leading experts in their field. So I've transferred those skills into this because we have a premium product. The other thing is wealth consciousness. Like I share with people, purchase the resonance. I purchase the resonance, purchase the resonance. I tell people to purchase the resonance. I don't have any fears, any attachments, any kind of drama, any kind of limitations. The resonance is the best option. Choose that if you can. If for whatever reason, this is what I say, if for whatever reason that is not within reach for you, I would highly recommend the Holistic Health Plus or Holistic. The resonance is the practitioner level. So I do recommend that. And my energy is so certain and clear about how I feel about it. There's really no, there's no, all I sell is resonances because I'm an energetic match for that. So I guess what's coming through right now is really the prep. It's like, these are kind of, this is how you want to approach your conversations. This is the way that can really serve you in having these kind of conversations, both on the front end and on the back end, right? After they've been shown, right? And I will have a slide that shows that there's other options. You know, we're doing so much of the heavy lifting for you. All you have to do is bring your energetic contribution, invite your network, and be mindful of that, of who you're specifically inviting, and show up and contribute. And then prepare yourself to receive the abundance that's going to come your way. So that obviously needed to come through. So I trust that that really is supporting you. And you're going to get so much more results that way. It's just true. It's true. I've measured the results for 15 years. I know what works and what doesn't work. So let's talk about getting people to this event, okay? Or I should say inviting people to this event instead of getting. I'm very mindful of my language. So voice messages. Angelique, hey love, I am so excited. I wanted to reach out to you and let you know about this virtual summit. Have you heard of the Global Healing, the Global Frequency Healing Network? Like, I'm so excited about it. I just really feel like you're in resonance for this kind of conversation, and I would love to see you there. I'm gonna drop the information below this voice message. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, or you know what I mean? Like it's so authentic. It's so heart-centered. It's so service. It's not, let me think about how I need to say something perfectly, and then you get yourself blocked. It's Angelique, hey love. Oh my God, I wanted to reach out to you and send you this voice message because, you know, I'm going to be featured in this virtual summit, and this is the conversation you need to be a part of. Like, it is for coaches and healers and beauty and wellness practitioners and therapists, like people that are like, we're totally committed to raising the consciousness of the planet. Like, I would love for you to be there. I'm going to drop the information below this voice message. And here's one of two things you can do. You can say, let me know if you want the link. That way they're asking. I've taught this skill with my private clients. It's called courting your clients like a queen. And when you court your clients, Angelique was in that mastermind back in 2015 when I debuted that training. Courting your clients like a queen is actually very erotic. Nina, the somatic sacred sexuality expert, you will very much appreciate this. She's also a previous client of mine, so she already knows the way I roll. And she does this so very well herself, just being in her sensual energy and just so magnetic. I love teasing people. It's like dating, it's like flirting. You bring all this juicy, delicious, vibrant energy, and then you ask them if they want it. It's like dating. Courting your clients like a queen. It's like dating when you court. When a man is courting you, you don't want to just, okay, fine, yeah, like, oh my God, what? Are you kidding me? Like, you want to make him work for it a little bit. Flirt a little bit. Bring him in a little bit closer. Yeah. You feel me? You are giggling there, Nina. You love this. Yum, 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 yum. See, this is all the delicious bonus benefits that you get from being here on our team. Nobody else is talking about this in Healy, by the way. So, I like, tell me in the comments, do you like when people ask? Do you like the ask? Is that not a turn on? When you're in bed, don't you like it? Hey, yeah, give me more. Don't stop. More, please. Let me look in the chat box. Ooh, Nina says yes. So, I mean, it works like magic. It works like charm. And it's not necessarily a trick. So it's not magic as if I'm trying to trick someone. This is feminine magnetism at its best. It is who we be as women. It's the magic that we are. We are the most glorious, magical creatures on legs. We are literally magic on legs. And when we bring this into our relationship with money, into our relationship with success and leadership, it is gorgeous. It is beautiful. So I love when you ask me. So I'll come in, I'll bring you all the beautiful, deliciously glorious light, and then I'll say, hey, let me know. Do you want the link? Oh my God, who's not gonna say that they want the link? Are you kidding me? I would totally say, oh, yes, please, yes. I love to get as many yeses as I can. It's called courting your clients like a queen. So I like to get several yeses before I give all the things away. So that might be the first. Now, if you're already in conversation with someone who's already an existing prospect, feel free to bring in all the juicy light and say, I would love to see you there, But if you really want to start seeing how this works, is those people that are actually asking you and saying yes, those are the people that end up enrolling. It's not the people that, those are the people that come in. Why? Because they're owning their yes. You're not trying to drag people along with you. You're, hey, do you want it? Hey, do you want this link? Do you want to join us? Do you want to be here? Oh my God, it's going to be so amazing. Yeah, yes, please. Me. Awesome. And bring your besties. I've been telling, bring your besties. When you start inviting people, tell them to bring their besties. I would totally recommend you bringing your bestie along with you. Or and feel free to invite or you can even just say in your own words, feel free to invite. Yeah, invite some people that you feel like would really resonate once you get the yes. Awesome. Here's the link. Feel free to invite anyone that you know. I like using words that are certain. Like how I've said to you, your knower knows, your intuition knows. It's not think, you're a woman, you know. You're magic on legs. You have the superpower of intuition. You're the most magical thing on the planet. It's the women that really embody this and trust this that create the kind of magical results in their lives, which I know every single one of us want to experience and are choosing to experience. So that is how I recommend engaging in conversation. Use your feminine energy, ladies. How does it feel to feel me right now? I want you to put in the comments. There might be some of you where if you've never felt this way before, if you've never been in this, if you've never witnessed a fully embodied feminine woman in her power, this might trigger you a little bit, which is okay. Just notice it, love on it, and say, hey, you know, I just give myself permission to be that amazing, feminine, embodied, powerful woman myself. But how do you feel right now in this moment, energetically? It feels expansive. Put it in the comments. What is the energetics of how you feel right now? Be honest. Put it in the chat box. Come on, put it in the chat box. Angelique says, that's why the little mermaid wanted legs. I love it, because she wanted to be a human. I love it. So you know, if you're going into a conversation where it's just your brain, it's just your brain. But if you're bringing in the intellect with this beautiful frequency of joy and love, which feels different than just intellect. Doesn't joy and love, which is what I'm infusing in, those are the feminine attributes, is this joy and love. You feel it. You're uplifted by it. Beauty, love, joy, those are high vibrational energetics. It lifts anyone when you're in that presence of someone who's embodying it. That feels totally different than, hey, you know, that thing, and it's all in the intellect. It's like, that's one frequency. Can you raise your frequency a bit? Yeah. And bring in and weave in joy and weave in love and weave in beauty that you already are. That is the magic and the cherry on top. That is feminine success secrets, darling. You can thank me. All right, Nina says expansive. She feels excited. She feels joyful. Wonderful, wonderful. I love it. Awesome. So we have all of the graphics for your stories in the Facebook Messenger group. You have to scroll all the way up. You can, the size of it is available for your Instagram stories and your Facebook. So if you do have an Instagram, you can share that as well. So you can circulate them. I would be using those stories, you know, keep circulating it and put in some magic in there. Put on a video, you know. If you feel courageous enough and you feel like inspired to show up in your leadership gift, then do a video and say, hey, you know, I'd love, you know, bring your touch into it if you feel inspired. But the cool thing is we've done all the heavy lifting. So even if you don't do it, we have everything in place to support you. All you have to do is bring this in front of your network and your people, and bring what else? Your feminine magnetism, ladies, the energetics of being the magical you that you already are. And let's see, is there anything else? Angelique, is there any other thing that you like, maybe, or actually I'll open this up for questions now. And then after the Q&A, we'll move on to the second segment in which Angelique Renee will be showing you exactly how to sign someone up, but most importantly, what to be looking out for because of some of the system glitches, because we're building an entirely new infrastructure, okay? But I want to open up the floor now, and I'm gonna ask that whether you have a question or you don't have a question, I'm gonna ask that you share, oh, I'm frozen. I'm gonna ask that you share what are the insights that you have received from this session and what are you walking away with? So I want you, what are the insights and the takeaways you're walking away from this session? And if you do have a question, feel free to ask it at this time. So I'll let the first person volunteer, and then I'll be calling on, and then I can call on you individually. Who would like to go first? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, ladies. We got lives to change. All right, I'm calling on Nina.
I was going to go because,
I know you were.
you know.
I was feeling it.
Nobody else will. I always will.
I know.
Seduction. I mean, that's the feminine magnetism, seduction, the juiciness, and the and that feeling of being part of something bigger than the self. Yeah. So taking that away to invite people into that space, and the reminder of who I really want to call in. You know, being really expansive with that. I love the prayer that you did, and just, you know, actually calling in these light leaders, not, and inviting everyone else who comes, but being quite specific about the energy of those that I really want to have around me to do this with. Yeah. So.
Beautiful share, Nina, as always. Thank you. Yes, very intentional. Who do you want to build a legacy with? I mean, I get to do it with my best friend, Angelique. I get to do it with you. I get to do it with Nina. I get to do it with Anita. I get to do it with all these amazing, beautiful humans. And like attracts like, so it's only just going to get more beautiful. Awesome. Tracy, what are the insights and the takeaways that you're walking away with from this session?
I have just, the feminine collaboration is something that is really, that I'm really aligned with, and I have some of that already in my life, but I've been wanting more and more, and so I just feel like this is really an answer to that. And I just love the whole feminine aspect of it, and echoing what Nina was saying, and the bringing in that that energy to the conversation, and to just building the movement and everything on a, you know, a grander scale. It's not, I love how you said, it's not, you know, we're not selling gadgets. It's really the mission behind it and the movement. So
I love that. Beautiful naming and share. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate your share very much. Thank you for being here. Awesome. Olivia. Anita.
Hi, ladies. I'm using my phone today because I'm in the middle of downloading a book for publishing, so I'm very excited. I will tell you what I love about this session and what we're doing is the fact that we get to show up in our feminine. I mean, I thought that was such a powerful truth. And I don't know if we have a lot of opportunities that tells us it's okay to be truly feminine and sensual and sexual, and in that there's healing. So for me, it's like, yeah, that makes complete sense. That Healy heals this part of me and allows it to be fully realized and expressed at a much higher level than ever before. So I'm kind of excited sitting here thinking, I know some women who would love to activate that part of themselves, and Healy can help them do that. So I'm ready to go.
Thank you. Thank you for actually sharing that piece of contribution, Anita, because it reminds me the one piece that I forgot to bring in here before we go. So I'll make sure that I circle back to that. But I would really love to see that conversation take place on Friday. So every day is a theme, right? So the beauty, the wellness part is, I really feel like weaving in that sexual health piece can really be part of that conversation, especially with Angelique, Nina, myself, and anyone who's actually had a testimony of increased libido, like Angelique has had. And then I know Nina can bring in her expertise because that's her zone of genius. So thank you, Anita, for bringing that in, because it reminds me that we need to categorize and organize that. So thank you. Awesome. Diane, are you able to share what insights you've received and what you're taking away? Are you able to chat? Olivia says she can't speak right now, but she said it's so inspiring, all of it. Beautiful. All right, so Wednesday. Wednesday is really laying the foundation and setting the stage for where we're going to go for the 3 days. So that's what we'll be doing, is laying the foundation of energy. What is energy, right? Vibration, like, and Thursday is where Anita, I believe you said, what day is it that you said that you were available? I think you said Wednesday. I think she said Wednesday. No. Yeah, I need you to confirm that.
Wednesday's fine. Friday and Thursdays are usually booked with clients, so they're hard to change at the last minute.
Okay. All right. So we'll bring you in on Wednesday. Again, I want to recommend for everyone to, if you have the time and the space and you can move things and that space is available, please show up. Please, please, please show up. Okay, so we'll have you in on Wednesday. All right, and then again, and I will lead the conversation, so you don't have to guess, okay? I will lead the conversation, so you're not gonna be put on the spot. You're gonna know where the conversation is gonna lead, okay? Obviously, Tracy, you are an energy healer, and you know the power, and also Anne, who's not currently present, who is in New Zealand, she's also an energy healer. You know, you ladies can really bring an amazing conversation around the power of just energy healing itself, and then how this kind of technology can amplify that. Because you know how to do energy healing without it. So now you have a technology and a tool to amplify those results and to take it to the next level. And one of the things that I remember Anne asking me, and her concern was whether or not this would replace the practitioner. And that kind of comes up. No, the answer is absolutely not. It only empowers the practitioner and her practice or his practice. Really important. And this is something that you can include in with your practice to get more results in between sessions, so that your clients are actually working on the things in between sessions. So it's actually really beautiful. All right, so I feel like that is definitely an amazing piece there. And Tracy, I also know that you're really passionate about nutrition and frequency in that regard. Well, we have a digital nutrition app that is going to be released into at least the United States. We need to do research, Angelique, on whether or not that's even in New Zealand right now. And then on Thursday is where my dear sister, Ava, she is a relationship therapist, and she has had a lot of physical pain relief from her neck from a car accident that she had. So she has an amazing physical transformational testimony, but because she is a therapist, she has a very unique perspective on how this can support people and the psyche. So Thursday is more like pain and psyche. So physical, emotional, and mental pain and suffering is really where we're gonna go. Okay, so let's write that down. So physical, mental, and what did I say? Emotional pain. It's the pain and psyche segment. And then Friday, it's going to be beauty. It's going to be wellness, and I'm going to put in sexual health on that. I'm going to put those in. By the way, I can share more graphics if I make them along the way to release. So that can always be found in our Facebook group messenger. So if you have any testimony of your skin improving, then we want to hear from you. We want to actually hear you share it live. I am definitely going to be sharing, because I really believe in this beauty, hair, skin, and nails. Love, 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 love. So be mindful of, you know, you want to reach out maybe to some licensed estheticians, you know, maybe some beauty, you know, professionals or practitioners, spa owners, things like that. So, you know, based on the themes that we're doing, you know, create that sacred space on who do I feel a resonance with that can really be, that would have resonance in that segment. So that can also support you in your personal reach out. So you can, again, on that reach out, hey, Angelique, hey, you know, oh my gosh, I want to share with you about this global frequency healing virtual summit. And it's like, there's going to be a segment on beauty and wellness. And I know you are a licensed esthetician and you love this. I just feel like this is definitely the conversation that you'll love. You know, I'm going to drop details below. Let me know if you want the link. I'd love to have you there. It's complimentary. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. You know, just all heart, all love, all juiciness, all. So you might want to do the same thing for any therapists you may know for the pain and psyche session on Thursday. So, you know, who do you know that actually supports their clients in physical pain or emotional pain? You know, physical therapist, family therapists, relationship therapists. Shoot, the relationship therapist might need to get in on Friday's segment of sexual health. We'll seed that in on Wednesday. By the way, if you want to know about sexual health, come Friday. Yeah. And then Wednesday, you know, is really like the kickstart. I really feel like Thursday and Friday, it really covers like the immediate needs of people, right? You know, like the immediate needs is mental, physical, emotional health, right? And of course, beauty and wellness. I mean, we're investing in our appearance, our health, our mental, emotional, physical health. So that covers that. And then on Wednesday, it's like all this beautiful energy that we're going to pour in. We are going to share, you know, the most amazing thing. It's transform our lives. We're going to share why we said yes to this amazing opportunity. You'll have an opportunity to share like your industry and, you know, what you do and your why. Okay. And so each day I invite you to show up. And if you have a contribution, either of a testimony, either for yourself or for a client or for a family member or for a loved one, we want to hear from you. We'd love to have you a part of that conversation. Okay. So any questions regarding that? Any questions? Any questions? If you've arrived tardy to the party, watch the replay or you're going to miss a lot. Okay. So that is that, Angelique. So I just want to find out, is there anything that I missed or what are the insights and takeaways that you're walking away with today from this part one of our training?
Really tapping into my intuition to see what downloads I get as far as who would be next as far as my soul aligned partners on this mission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome. All right. So for those of you that want to stay to Angelique's session, part 2, she's going to go in specifically on showing you how to sign up clients in the back office. She's going to take you through step by step by step. And she's also going to share with you how to pre-frame your clients in case there's any glitches or anything that comes up technology based. And I also want to remind you, if for whatever reason you need support in this, whether it's a follow-up conversation, whether it's tech support, feel free to reach out. I also know Rebecca knows how to sign up people very well in the back office. So if you're on her team as well, that, you know, that support is there for you as well. And if for whatever reason, you know, Rebecca is on vacation or whatever, we're more than happy to step in. We are here to support each other no matter what team we're on. We are here together. It's one organization, one team, one movement, one heartbeat, one pulse. Thank you for being here for my session. I'd love to introduce beautiful Angelique Renee, holistic beauty expert and licensed esthetician who brings so much tremendous value to our team. She has such a beautiful heart and spirit and dedication to seeing people healed. She brings so much love and care into everything that she does. And she is a wizard of encyclopedia of all the data that you want to know and all the clinical data and all the science. She's your girl. So let's give it up for Angelique Renee. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we felt that this was going to be important because as we host this summit and have everybody on, we want everybody to be empowered and know, because we do have some new faces here, we want to make sure everybody knows how to navigate through the system so that way they know exactly where to go, how to get them signed up, and how to support them. And sometimes there's some little nuances in the back office, like she said. They're building us a entire new infrastructure. But it's just funny little things that are very easy to overlook sometimes, that sometimes pop up. And so there's a document that we're going to be uploading into our group as well. So that way you guys have access to this. And I'll be sharing that with you. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. And I feel like the sun position also is moving. And I'm going to make sure the sun is not in my eyes. There we go.
Okay, while she's doing that,
Okay.
I have a really important, I feel like I have to pre-frame everyone before we start going into this document. So are we on speaker talk? If you can unscreen, unshare, I just want to make, this is really important.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I just figured out share, so where's the unshare?
So you would just click the same button.
No, that button's not populated because you're small in the corner of my screen. I'm trying to expand it.
Try looking on the bottom, share screen, and then there's an arrow, or clicking, yeah, try that, see if that works.
No, the way my screen is set up, it's not, those buttons are not populating.
Okay, so let me just pre-frame this. This document is from another cultures team. It's our upline. Okay, oh, there I am. Hi, everybody, I'm back real quick, just pre-framing real quickly. So it's really important that you know that this document that we're sharing with you is from another team's culture, okay? We are creating our own network and our own culture, okay? So when this document has an onboarding process, isn't that right, Angelique?
Mm-hmm.
So this is not our onboarding process. Some of it is not our onboarding process. Our onboarding process is to bring people into this group, not the other groups that you're going to see in this document, okay? So I didn't know this document was going to be released, or otherwise I would have had a conversation offline about it. But
oh, you told me to pull from the group, pull the onboarding document.
For your guidance, to show you step 1, step 2, step 3, and
oh, okay.
maybe
I thought you meant to walk them through it.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's do the share screen.
And I'll
only that portion, because it'll start getting confusing because we have our own enrollment process, and I don't want you ladies to start bringing people into other groups when we're trying to build our own network and we've got this vision, and that document tells you to send people in other different teams, you know what I mean? Other different things. So that's the pre-frame. So let's do the screen sharing, Angelique, and if we can not release the document, that way we can keep our enrollment processes, that'd be awesome.
Okay, because this really does start with just sign up your new Healy member.
Okay, great. I wasn't sure though if you were like releasing the whole document, so that's where I just needed more clarity, but perfect, awesome. So it sounds like you ladies are getting exactly what you need. Thank you.
Okay, so let me just minimize this here. Okay, so this particular document, and we're going to have something similar that's specific to our team, and it just talks about joining as a Healy member. It's simple. There's no cost. Currently, we do not have a monthly membership. I get a lot of questions about that, about what's the monthly fee. It has not been applied yet. However, it will be applied in the near future. And that is really going to be the bread and butter and foundation for the residual income. So that's a good thing. That's in any company, that there's just a minimum monthly fee or a membership fee or some sort of a volume system to where it feeds and fuels that residual income component. So, and what's cool is in the future, there's going to be, they're going to be able to subscribe to different varieties of frequency programs, which is going to be really cool. So, some stuff not everybody is going to want, so they're going to make each program available individually for subscription. So in here, it says go to partner.healyworld.net, which you guys should all be familiar with, and then log into your account. I'm going to show you first where to get your link to share with people. So once you log in there, it'll take just a second. And this is the back office. And there is this menu on the side. And when you go down to My Tools, you go down to My Links, and it's going to pop up a page that has a whole bunch of different links. What you're going to want to do, and this is how I advise everybody, is go to the very, very bottom of the page. The very bottom of the page has the link where it says Become a Member. And so that's where you copy and paste, and you send that to your people to go ahead and enroll as a member. Oh, so I actually have to log out of the back office now in order to do that. So, because it's going to my login. I just want you to see it from the perspective of the prospect. Now, most of you have already seen this when you enrolled, but if it's been a while or you've only seen it this one time, then certainly, let's see, then certainly it's good to have a refresh. So let me pull this over. I thought I logged out, but okay. So there's the link that you send to somebody. So here's what it's going to pop up. Welcome to the Healy World Social Selling Network. And it'll say on the left-hand side, your sponsor info. So for me, it's Angelique Trabal, Sacred Beauty. And down here, there's a button that says next. So they would click on that. And here's the part where they go ahead and fill it out. So for example, I'll just put my daughter's name in there. So this part is pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy. Once you get the profile in there though, it does sometimes get a little quirky. So I'll just put that in there. Yep. Okay, so everything is in there. So it's going to ask you if you're a small entrepreneur by legal regulation or if you have a company. The companies with the meaning of statutory regulations, what that is if you have a LLC, a C Corp, an S Corp, things like that. And if so, then you're going to need to upload your documents for your company. The other thing too is on the left, you'll notice that it says VAT number. That is actually in relation to as far as Europe goes. So we typically skip over that. So most of us are small entrepreneurs. So you're just going to choose whichever is pertinent and then click next. And then
may I make mention of this?
Yeah.
I know Dorothy Inez was saying that she has invited, there's people from the UK that are pending into our group. So I think it's worth mentioning that, you know, the VAT number is something that they would be aware of. It's kind of like our, I guess, EIN kind of network, EIN or social security number of some sort. It's their version of that. So it's important that everyone knows exactly what that is. It's Europe's version of our like EIN for our business.
Tax
So
ID number.
yeah.
So then you go ahead and set up a password, confirm registration. Oh, I guess you can't use the same email. I need to go back and put in a different email, sorry. Okay, it's gonna let me back up. Okay, because I used the same email address, it didn't like that. And she's not a male. Let me put a different email address. I also usually skip over the national identification number. Okay, and you confirm, yes. Confirm registration. Okay, so now it's here where it shows all of the information there and then has you sign in. So this is what's funny is you go ahead and you confirm your login, and then it asks you to use the login after you've confirmed your registration. So that's one of those things. It doesn't flow directly into the shopping cart or anything. You're going to have to have them use their newly created username and password. So, okay. So you're going to have this pop-up that just says that there's a new compensation plan as of May 1st, 2020. So we're in that, you know, there is a compensation plan that's available, policies, procedures, all that. So you can either click on that and read all of that, but and essentially you're going to have to go ahead and accept the comp plan. Success. Yay, we like success. Okay, so up here in the upper right-hand side, you're going to notice a tab called Shop. So when you click on that, now the other thing I want to let you guys know, you need to do this from a desktop. It is not mobile friendly. Anytime I've had somebody try to do it from a mobile device, those tabs at the top, they don't populate correctly and the website is just very clunky. So make sure they're sitting in front of a laptop or a PC desktop. So when you scroll down, it says this is Healy, and then you scroll down and it shows you all the Healy packages, right? So let's just say we're going to do the Healy Resonance. Now there are other apps and watches and all this other stuff. Right now, let me back up. I'll just show that to you really quick because some of this stuff is new. So you're going to notice where it's launched. You know, these are some of the other things that are coming down the pike, and we do get commissions on all of these. So if somebody decides that they want the watch and somebody later decides that they want, you know, the digital nutrition app, or, you know, there's going to be these bundles, and then there's accessories that can be purchased, like a travel case and stuff like that, which is really cool, which I want to get one. And then now they're setting it up, and this is for future. You know, when people want to purchase one version and then they decide that they want to purchase other apps, you know, kind of like they want to cherry pick their exact programs that they want to use, that's going to be available. So available for purchase. But as of right now, your residence, it comes with everything. So that's really what you're going to want to select. And also, just to make note of this in the future, you know, for people that do have maybe the holistic health, if they decide that they're ready to upgrade, and if they haven't done this fast start program where they earn their free upgrade or a second residence, but a free upgrade, then they can actually pay to upgrade. So, and we get compensated for that as well. So you come in here, and so it says this plus tax, right? You add to cart. So now it's in the cart. So, oops. Now when we go to the cart, you can check out. So here is where it gets a little funny. So sometimes it'll show you the shopping cart, but it will kick you out. So sometimes you have to go ahead and log in again, which is really odd, but it's not so intuitive. So let's see here, email. So it's taking just a moment. There we go. And you'll notice the pricing changes. So sometimes because it's converting from euros to American dollars, sometimes you'll notice that the price varies a little bit. And sometimes it'll tell you a total that also includes the tax. So one thing I want to point out is that sometimes this is an area where it can get tripped up, where there's billing details. So every once in a while, I've seen it for whatever reason that the state does not flow over. It'll say like the city, zip, and then the country. But for some reason, it'll leave out the state, and it'll literally hang up the order and prevent you from processing. So if that is ever the case, that's usually the first place that I look if something's not going through. And then I'll go to check now, and then you can go in there and you can change and update the state if needed, and then come back into the shopping cart. It doesn't flow directly. So sometimes you might still need to save that and then go back to your shopping cart icon and then come back to this page. So that's just something to be aware of. It's a little cumbersome sometimes. The other thing I ran into the other day, and this is when I was enrolling Dorothy Inez, is that she was shipping to the same billing address. However, because that billing address was not filled out, it was preventing the order from being processed. So we figured out, we went ahead and she shipped to a different address, but even though she put the same address in, it allowed it to process and go through. So she was able to submit it, but it took us a little bit of playing with that because that's not, you know, everything was accurate and we checked it multiple times. So we're like, well, let's just try putting the address in as a different shipping address, even though it's the same address, and then it still allowed it to go. Here's another thing that I want to point out to you guys. They take MasterCard and Visa. This is another one that I ran into because I had clients that had come to me with a Discover or an American Express, and currently we're not taking that. I don't know that it's even on the radar to take American Express. What we've heard is that that's really more of an American thing and that other countries are not so concerned about that particular credit card. I think probably the same for Discover, whereas MasterCard and Visa are recognized worldwide. So just make sure that you pre-frame your conversation when you're going to do an enrollment. Just say, hey, have your MasterCard or Visa ready. Depending sometimes on whether or not, which company they're with for their MasterCard or Visa, and if it's a credit or a debit card, every once in a while, it doesn't happen often, but I have seen it to where we tried to process an order and it ended up getting kicked back because they needed to notify their bank of an international transaction. Now, usually once you notify your bank that you're going to make an international transaction or your credit card company, then an order will go through immediately right away. And so I'm not sure if they're having that same issue in other countries. I just noticed here in the United States, being that this is a German company, then sometimes there's restrictions to prevent fraud on their MasterCard or on their credit or debit card. So it's just something to be aware of. Typically, if we hit submit and process, because I'm going to go down here, you'll notice, you know, including VAT, that means tax, right? And then it's going to go FedEx Smart Post. And what was funny, and the reason that we figured out that we needed to add that address as a separate shipping address is because it said that the shipping method had not been selected. And it really doesn't give you an option to select. So we thought that was kind of odd, but we were able to work through that. Also, I want to point out every once in a while, this button down here will appear in German. So I like to let you know that because you'll see a whole bunch of consonants across the bottom and you're like, okay, I think that means submit. So every once in a while, I think that there's some sort of a disconnect somewhere with translations on occasion. And so that's where you click it. Once you do click it, make sure you only click once. And you'll either one of two things happen. Your order will be submitted or it'll get kicked back saying that there's something else going on. So this is where, like I mentioned before, check the state, check putting the shipping address in, make sure they have MasterCard or Visa, make sure of all of those things, and then you should be able to order it. The only other thing I've run into is that sometimes it may ask you to reconfirm your email address. And it'll say email address, confirm email address. There's going to be two separate fields for it. But what I figured out is when you put the email address in both, it doesn't work. You actually need to put your email address and then your password in the neighboring field, even though it says email address. So that's another glitch and quirk that I've run into also. But, you know, it's all simple stuff. And once you go through it and once you kind of play with it and figure it out, then it's easy to navigate through this stuff. But we share this just in case you run into it. You identify it and you know what it is and how to work around it. And then if you still continue to have problems, of course, we're always available. In fact, I've many times hopped on, you know, three-way Zoom calls or whatever we needed to do to support somebody in going through the enrollment process to make it as smooth as possible. So as long as we pre-frame and just say, hey, you know what? You know, it's a German company and they're building us a whole new website to accommodate the growth. Every once in a while, there's a hiccup in the system and I like to be there to support you to make sure to navigate it through it as smoothly as possible. Most people are pretty understanding. I mean, some people, you know, they get concerned about that, but really it's just little things within the nuances within the system that are not intuitively flowing properly from one thing to the next. So the other thing too is once you hit submit, if the order goes through, have them check their email box. Even if it does look like it's getting kicked back or didn't process, have them check their email box and have them check their junk or spam folder as well. Because if it does go through, it should automatically generate an email confirmation of the order with an order number. If it didn't go through, you know, you wait several minutes, it didn't go through, then you would not have an email. But I always like to make sure of that first before trying to click submit and process an order a second time, because sometimes that confirmation email is actually sitting in there and then it's like, okay, we're good. So I always like to double check that as well. Those are the main nuances and the main things that I've figured out. Let's see here if there's anything else within the document that we want to cover. Oops.
I definitely want to share. For me personally, I have on my phone, in my notes section of the phone, I have step-by-step instructions that I give to someone whenever they want to purchase. And what I do and what I can do is copy this and send this to you. I know Angelique walks people step-by-step through Zoom, right? Don't you get on Zoom and you like go through?
We either do that or sometimes I will simply I will is simply just do a FaceTime or something like that. And usually most of my people, they get most of the way through the process, and it's just something at the end that gets tripped up, and then I'll just hop on with them real quick. But usually I hop on by the time, unless somebody tells me they're not really tech savvy, because I do, you know, have some of those clients that need a little more hand holding, but most of my people get through it most of the way, and then they get stuck somewhere, and then I'll hop on. So either way.
Wonderful, thank you. So I want to share my experience. I always send instructions first, and the pre-framing is in here. So I'll say, first, you create a member account from your desktop computer with this link here. I drop my specific link that she told you where to get. Then I give them the step-by-step, create username, no banking info needed or VAT number required unless you live in Europe. So it's like I'm giving them instructions, but I'm giving them side notes on what not to be looking for, but otherwise that they'll ask those questions. And then I give them all the information, and then I tell them, you know, up front, like I tell them that, you know, they're building a brand new website and infrastructure. You know, if you have any, so, you know, sometimes there might be glitches, sometimes it goes smoothly, sometimes it doesn't, because I've had people sign up without any issues at all.
Yeah.
And then I've had people that have had issues, and then I've had people that are totally not tech savvy, and I had to literally put the order in. But it's, you know, I feel it's important for people to walk themselves through their own sign up process so that they can have the familiarity of the system, right? If we take on that, then they don't get an opportunity to go into the system and learn it for themselves. So how many of you would find it helpful if I copied and pasted this and sent it to you? All you have to do to make this easy, because it's on my phone and not, well, yeah, it's on my phone notes, not my Google Notes. Go into Facebook, send me a private message. Just go to Facebook, everyone watching the replay, send me a message and specifically ask for my enrollment notes. And then what I recommend that you do is you just stick it in your note section for your phone so you can copy and paste whenever you're doing enrollment, especially if you're on the go. And the other thing that I do, I have a section where, so let's say, for example, whenever for the 3-day event, we're going to do a call, an invitation call. So we're going to share, and then we're going to give information about the Healy, and then we're going to create an invitation for them to take the next step, which would be to connect with the person who was so amazing to bring you into this high vibe tribe. And then your job would be to, here's more information about the innovative vibrational frequency. You can give them the brochure. You can give them programmed, these are the things: brochure, program descriptions, and a few quick video links. And then, yeah, and then I will ask them, you know, here's the information, feel free to circle back, and, you know, I'll take you through to the next step. So I'm not, you know, unless they're saying, hey, I want to sign up, you know what I mean? Then that's the next steps that I would take them through, is brochure, program descriptions, and a few videos, a 6-minute video, a 2-minute video, and a few of the like clinical kind of looking videos will suffice. And then you can, you know, keep track of everyone who you're having conversations with. And then when they're ready to sign up, you know, when someone says that they're ready to sign up, I don't go, okay, well, I'm just letting you know, I do not go, okay, well, there's 4 different devices, and this one's 500, and this one. No, I'm like, I have the resonance. I highly recommend it. That's the practitioner level. If for whatever reason that's not within reach for you, I recommend the Holistic Health Plus. There are a few devices that you can choose from. I highly recommend the the resonance. That's the one that I have. It's the only one that has all the programs, plus the resonance analysis, the aura scan, and being able to generate client profiles. It also has a few programs that are not even, it's like mystery programs as bonuses that you get, like, because it's not even listed on the website. Like what? What are the ones, Angelique? Which are the ones?
So there's Schussler salts, Alaskan gem elixirs, Australian bush flowers, I Ching, Materia Medica. So there's a whole bunch of like homeopathic and other types. You know, I Ching is very powerful from a spiritual perspective.
Very powerful.
Yeah. And Bach flower remedies.
Flower remedies, that's
Yeah.
right. So those are not listed on the website, and that comes as bone. And we were surprised. We didn't know we were going to get that. So that comes with resonance as well. So when they go to the shop, they're going to see the options, but what they're not going to see is the full like
What the
benefits of the resonance. It doesn't give a really good job of exactly what all of that. And if they choose the Holistic Health Plus, they might have an opportunity to upgrade at a later time, because every once in a blue moon, corporate provides promotions. So, you know,
or make a fast start. You know, if they have 3 people that purchase Healy's from them in the first 30 days, they can earn a free upgrade.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, Angelique. That is so important to make mention here, that as leaders, we want to empower our brand new members to actually achieve fast start right out of the gate. And with this amazing community that we're building with the Global Frequency Healing Network, and having a house, a container, a virtual house and container that's an educational experience, where we're going to put all of these trainings in a unit section in the Facebook group, and we're going to continue after the 3 days with weekly webinars to nurture. So don't be discouraged if for whatever reason someone's not wanting to start, you know, sign up right off the bat. They might be in there for a week or so. That's completely okay. We're going to nurture them. We're going to have weekly webinars to give them all the information that they need. And, you know, eventually they'll say yes, hopefully.
Yeah, and a couple other things that I did want to mention. Once you actually have someone enrolled, then there in the back office, you'll notice there is a reference to placement. So we can always talk about, if you want to strategize with us, we can always do that, you know, because people sometimes have a different strategy about how they're building their team and building their legs. And sometimes they group them together either kind of geographically, or whether or not they know one another, or like I have some more of my clinical practitioners on one side versus my spiritual community on the other. So there's some different ways to balance that out, and we can always work with you on that. So don't feel like you have to immediately like rush and like, I don't know what to place, because once you do go to do your placement, once you select placement, then it's permanent. Then we don't have the ability to change it if you were like, oh no, I wanted it on this side versus that side. Now, if that happens, it's not the end of the world, because we're going to continue building. But we just always want to make sure that everything is exactly how you want it as you're building and balancing your organization.
So just to reiterate, the process of signing someone up doesn't stop with that process that she just showed you. Because once they have made the purchase, because you're instructing them to purchase from their own shop. So in this instruction, I'm saying you're going to be creating your own account and you're going to purchase it from your own shop, which is empowering, because they're not purchasing it from your shop, they're purchasing it from their own. And once they make that purchase and it's in the system, then the next step would be to place them within your organization. You don't have to rush to do that right away. There's no right or wrong way. The beautiful thing about this particular compensation plan is that there's a compression effect, which means if for whatever reason you enroll someone and they don't generate, you know, they're not maybe a builder right off the bat, or maybe they don't ever build. That's okay, nothing happens. It goes straight to the next person. There is no like, you're not penalized. If you place someone and they do not become a producer, you are not penalized for that. So that gives you, honestly, there's really no wrong way you could do it. You just want to be able to group people strategically on your right and on your left, and on your right and your left. You want to link people financially that are in specific regions. And if you are unclear about that, just send us a message. We'll be more than happy to strategize with you and support you on your placement. So
yeah, and then the last thing that I want to add really quick is that and this is probably the most exciting part, is setting up your iPayout system so you can get your commissions.
So we want every single one of you that are watching live in the replay to prepare for rain. Prepare for rain. Prepare for your abundance. And how you do that is you set up your iPayout account. So that shows the universe and the world and yourself that you mean business, you're ready to receive.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And so there's going to be a few things here. One is, if you want my notes from my phone sent to you, send me a private message and say, notes, please, and I'll send that to you. We will also, what I was going to say is, I send that to someone and I say, hey, if for whatever reason you have any questions, feel free to reach out and I'm more than happy to jump on with you. But again, some people are able to get in smoothly, especially if someone's really tech savvy and they have patience, and I'm already pre-framing them to let them know that there's some glitches in the system and we're building new infrastructure so they're prepared mentally for that. And then some people do need a little bit of hand holding. So that's it. Do we have any questions? Thank you, Angelique, very much. That was very informative. The reason why it was so informative is because all this hidden stuff behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't know that if you were just following a PDF that's telling you step 1, step 2, because it doesn't say, hey, sometimes the state doesn't show up, and, you know, so this has been super helpful. And yeah, so how many of you are going to show up at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA? I want you to, I do want to make this, I guess I should have said this in the beginning. This is my final thoughts and we are closing. Thank you so much for still staying with us. We appreciate and respect your time. We just want to make sure we give you everything that you need to succeed. So what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought. What was the last thing I was going to say? Shoot, what was it? It was so important. What was it?
We were talking about showing up at 4 p.m.
Oh, ladies, I want your hair and makeup done. I want you to show up like the leader that you are. I want there to be, instead of saying I am inviting you and asking you to please put the kind of energy into your appearance, into yourself, and into the lighting. Make sure you have adequate lighting. Like right now, I have great lighting. It's 4:30. So it's going to be perfect lighting. Make sure you have good lighting. Make sure you don't look like Casper the Ghost. Make sure it's not too dark. Make sure you're facing as much natural light as you can. Put time and energy into your appearance. Makeup, hair. I mean, dress like the 6 or multi-6-figure earner that you are, or that you want to be, that the intention you're putting into this business. Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'd love to see is, you know, I want, my intention for this experience is not just educational, but vibrational. I want people to feel visually, you know what I mean? I want people to feel energetically, intellectually. I want to touch them on all areas. And that will support us. It says, are we getting on the Zoom before we go live? That's a great question. Yes. Yes. So we're going to be broadcasting in the Facebook group for all the members that are going to be joining. But those of us that are actual within our Healy members, we're going to be jumping on the Zoom. So thank you for asking that question, Nina. That was so important. Yeah, this has been such a powerful training. Such a powerful training. Is it going to be interview style, one person leading each session on Zoom? So I'm going to be leading it. You know, as you can tell, I'm taking the lead. I'm, you know, directing, asking questions, things about nature. So I'll be leading the conversation. All you have to show up is be camera ready and energetically ready, and make sure that you have the network there and your people are there to be there. That's all you have to do, really, and I'll take it from there. I don't want to be so structured that there isn't room for spontaneous flip. So I love that. And because there's key people that I want to focus on for specific areas, and then we'll move on. Once those core pieces are in place, then I'll be inviting people's testimonies, and I'll be saying, you know, I'd love to call on Nina. Nina is an amazing sacred sexuality and somatic coach and educator. And, you know, she's dedicated her life to supporting, right? Like, you know, supporting women in the area of their sexuality and healing that area. And I'm curious, you know, Nina, what is your perspective, you know, on how this vibrational healing device can really serve people in this specific area? And I might be asking that question after Angelique tells us all about how juicy she is and how her libido has increased as a direct result of using Healy. So it'd be, again, I know how to flow and I know how to lead, and I, you know, will intuitively be tuning in on kind of where to go, who to hit. And, you know, if for whatever the reason there's tech issues, then we can just keep it moving. You know what I mean? Kind of like we did today. There was people here that are trying to do two things at one time. So we just kept it moving, you know? We didn't stop the show. We just kept it moving, kept it moving. So, Healy, 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 the Healy effect. I think you might have caught it today. If you didn't catch it, I'm pretty sure you did today. Olivia, thank you. Diane, thank you. Tracy, thank you. Nina, thank you. Anita, thank you. Thank you to all of the people that are watching the replay that's been messaging us while we're in session saying we can't, you know, we're catching the replay. Angelique, thank you so much for your leadership support as always. And if you have any questions, please put them in the Facebook group, team group, Quantum Revolutionaires. And then any marketing support is going to be in our private message group. When you have posted the social media onto your story and to your profile, go into the chat box of the private messenger group and write the words "done." And then we will come in and celebrate glorious magic on your page. And by the way, if you're speaking or leading, please do me a favor. You know, that copy says frequency. So I'd really love it if we actually followed what it's being asked, put frequency, and then bring your excitement. So that way we're modeling for other people that are not within the organization to write frequency. So just, we're going to celebrate everyone. Once you put "done" in the Facebook Messenger group, we'll see it. We'll know you did it. So when we're going to go to your profile, and my response is going to be frequency in all caps, because that's what you asked the readers to do. And then I'm going to put my celebration. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is going to be amazing. I'm so excited for all of us. And it'll help support you in getting that into the algorithm. Okay, so that's what we want to do. I love you so, so much. I'm so honored to take this journey with each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Many blessings. Mwah!